Hi everybody, thank you so much for joining me today. My name is Claire from 3andMe and we are going to be painting gnomes today. Isn't he just adorable? I just really wanted to share this in a bit of a video post with you, even though I put the blog post up, but I thought no, he's just too cute not to do a video post on. So I wanted to run through him with you just briefly so that you will have the best outcome to your gnome. They are so cute. So congratulations for adopting one. And while we paint, I'll tell you a little bit more about gnomes and the history of them, because there's a really cute story that goes with them. Okay, so in your kit, you have got a unpainted gnome who looks like this, but you've got him in pieces, okay? And then he's got a little stand that goes with him, and I'll go through it step by step, okay? The stand you can put aside, you're not gonna need it right now. Then these two little ovals are the hands. You're not going to be painting those. You can put those aside. You've got the nose, this cute little bulbous nose. You won't be painting that either, so you can put that aside. You've got a heart, or some of you might have a different icon, but that's the heart shape. We're going to be painting that. You've got the hat. You've got his little board. We'll be painting that. You've got the beard section and you've got the back section, all right? Then you have the different paints. You've got white, red, and black, and that is more than enough. You can have so much left over. So maybe keep it, because paint is in short supply at the moment, so you can hold on to that to paint something else down the line. You might have glue. Some of you won't have glue. Some of you have asked specifically for it. I've added like a little G to the glue if you do have a glue in your kit. I do prefer using this glue. It's called Turbo Tacky Glue. You can get it on Amazon. It is amazing, and it is my glue of preference. And then you have little wedges like this, which we're going to paint with. Okay, so how about we get going on this one? Let's get this guy painted up. All right, your gnome has to be painted in the right direction. So if you take him apart, the label with the 3andMe at the back is going to be the base. All right, so you are going to see on the front, there's a nicely burnt edge here, okay, and that's going to make your gnome look amazing. All right, so that, and when you look at the next layer of your gnome, he'll only fit together in one direction, okay? He won't fit that way. So make sure you paint the correct side, okay? That one, and the hat, again, the hat will only go in one direction, so make sure you paint the correct direction. That's the one with the burn mark. And the accessories, those don't matter too much. All right, so when you're done, he's going to look like this. And when you put your stand on, he'll be able to stand on his own. Or you can make him hang on the wall as well. All right, let's get started. Okay, so we are first going to start off with the feet and the chalkboard. And for that, you're going to use your black paint. You're not going to need a lot. You're going to take one of these little sponge wedges. You're going to dip it into the paint and just wipe off the excess. You don't want too much paint because you don't want it to run down the sides. And I'm going to show you this in a faster version, but you can take your time. All right, so what you're going to do is you're going to paint the little feet like this. You're just going to dab the paint on and keep adding more if you need. Okay, so there you go. And because most of him is going to be covered when you glue him, you don't really need to paint the whole surface. So those are the little feet. Okay, you see, only a little bit of the feet is going to show, right? So only a little bit of the beard is going to show, and the whole hat's going to show. All right, there we go. Then we're going to do his cute little chalkboard. Also going to paint that. And you will probably get paint all over your hands. I always do, okay? So here we go. Let's paint him. All right, there we go. And isn't it cold at the moment? Oh my gosh, I'm painting in my shed. I'm freezing. I don't know if you can hear the heater that's on. Okay, so that's a little chalkboard. Set that aside to dry. So we're going to paint the beard. The beard will likely need more than one layer. Okay, so you're going to dip a new wedge. So take a new wedge and you take it from the thick end and you paint the beard. Okay. And go in downward strokes, because that's naturally the way a beard hangs, right? It hangs down. Okay, there we go. All right. And you will probably want to be doing this twice. So you want to have 2 layers. And again, remember that a lot of this is going to be covered by the hat and the nose and the chalkboard, so you don't need to paint the whole thing. Now here again, you don't want to use too much paint, otherwise it will run. Okay, let me just show you a close-up. Okay, so that is 1 layer of the beard done. Now if you use too much paint, it'll run down the sides here and it'll look a little messy. But if you have a messy gnome, that's okay too. All you need to do is have fun. Alright, so that we're going to set aside, and then we're going to get to the fun part, the hat. So I'm going to paint my hat in red, and you've all got red paint, but if you want to do pink, you know what to do. You just need to add a little bit of white to your red. Okay, you can give them a black hat too, or if you have other colors at home, those will work as well. Now, this material works really well if you also want to use pastels or crayons, even markers will work. All right, so we're going to paint the hat in red. Let's do this. Okay, there we go. I'm going to get red paint all over myself, I can just tell. All right, there you go. So gnomes have a really cool story. They have existed in legends in the Nordic regions, so in Norway, mostly Norway, Sweden, Denmark, for centuries, okay? They were believed to be these little old men who would come and live on your farm, and they would care and protect you and the animals and whoever the people and the animals were that were living on the farm. And if they were really cool gnomes, then what they would do is they would help you with chores at night. Okay, I don't know if you remember the story about the shoemaker's elves. I guess it's a little bit similar to that. You know, they would maybe do a few little chores for you along the way and protect you. How cute is that, right? Plus, a gnome will make everybody smile. Like, who doesn't smile when they look at this cute gnome? And then apparently all you have to do is leave out a bowl of hot porridge for him on Christmas Eve, and then he'll continue blessing you all year long. How cool, how cute is that? I just love it. Also, what I love about this gnome is you can easily make him for a gift for somebody and mail him. You can leave him on somebody's doorstep to say, I see you, I care for you. Right now, we're also distant from each other. Like, we don't get to see each other in person anymore with not being at school and not doing in-person events and that kind of thing. So we kind of miss each other. And it's nice to be able to say, I see you and you matter to me. So let's gnome it forward. What do you think? All right, so I have got red paint on my fingers. Let's move along here. Okay, I'm going to add another layer of white to my beard. Well, not my beard, his beard. Okay, right, there we go. All right. And at any point, you can pause this video and come back to it. Right, so I'm just trying to rush it so that you can get on with life. Okay, there we go. All right, you see I've done downward strokes there. Okay. Right, so we're going to let that dry. Okay, I'm going to close up all my paints. Okay, you don't need any water for this, really. Okay, so once the paint is dried, we're going to distress the gnomes a little bit. So I'm going to give you a couple of minutes just to paint the base of your gnome and let it dry. And then I want you to check back in with me and I'm going to show you what you can do next. Okay, so I'll see you in 5 minutes. Welcome back. How about we get these gnomes finished up? All right, so as you can see on this gnome, I have given him a little bit of shine on his hat. I've put a little bit of shine onto his board and onto his shoes, and I've distressed his beard a little. I don't know if you can see it over there. Just a little bit, just to give him texture, and you don't have to do this part, but you can if you would like to. Okay, so you can either use a fine paintbrush if you have that at home, or you can use these wedges. Okay, just flip them over and use the sharp end. Okay, dip it into some water. So I'm going to dip it in some water and then put it into a little bit of white paint. All right, and then all you're going to do is blot a little bit of paint along the hat, just a little bit, okay, just to give him a little bit of shine. And for the beard, let's do the beard quickly. So you're going to also use a moist sponge. You can use the same one you used for the white distressing. You're going to dip it into some water. Okay, now what you're going to do is you're going to dip it into a little bit of black paint, and you're going to blend it up with a little bit of white paint to make a little bit of gray. Okay, ever so slightly, not too much. And then what you're going to do is you're just going to do little beard streaks. Okay, just little streaks on his beard, just to make it look a little bit more natural. You don't have to do this if you don't want to, and it doesn't need to be perfect. Remember, this is made by your precious hands. Okay, there you go. Just a few streaks on his beard. Let's put them together. What do you say? Okay, so first you're going to have this guy here. And if you're using wood glue, you can use one of these sponges. You don't want to use a lot of glue, otherwise it will squish out the sides like a sandwich and it'll look messy. Okay, I'm going to show you this one with the wood glue, and then I'm going to show you the rest with the glue I prefer. So you're really only going to use the tiniest bit of glue. I'm going to show you how little you're going to use. Alright, because you don't want it to move around too much. You see how little glue that is? Okay, this glue sticks really well. Okay, and then you're going to stick the beard onto the feet. Okay, now I am moving it around to show you what I'm doing, but don't move yours around too much. You want the glue to blend. Okay, you want it to stick. Right, so I'm going to attach that, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you with the glue I prefer. It's way easier to work with. Oh goodness, that opened all the way. Oh goodness. All right, so oh man. Okay, so I've got glue all over myself. All right, so here we go. I'm going to put some of this glue onto the back of my hat. And not a lot, only a little bit. You don't want to use, oh goodness, you don't want to use too much. All right, so now we've got the hat on. So this is what he looks like. And then we're going to stick on the nose, okay? So if you notice, your nose has a bit of burn at the bottom. And that looks so nice because it's like a natural shade, a natural shadow, okay? And your hands have it as well. So make sure that you point the shadow in the same direction, okay? So you can choose whether you want the shadow at the bottom or at the top. Okay, so I'm going to stick on the nose, also the tiniest bit of glue, and I'm going to stick it with the shadow down, just underneath the beard, just underneath. Okay, and then you're going to do the same thing with all the rest of your bits and pieces. So you're going to stick your heart onto there and the hands onto these little edges. All right, so one thing I wanted to show you quickly is if you don't want this icon to be permanent, then instead of gluing it on, put a bit of masking tape on the back. So all you're going to do is just roll up a piece of tape, put it on the back of your heart, and then attach it to the board, and it stays really nicely, but it also gives you the option to take it off and write a message for someone on there. So that is that. I always have so much fun doing crafts with you. I hope that you've had fun joining me today with this little cute chap. Please share photos of you making up your gnomes and share what you're going to do with it, if you're going to keep him or gift him away. He's so cute. I think everybody would really love to have one. So I hope he blesses your home and protects you all and keeps you safe. But more than anything, I hope that you stay well and that you stay healthy and that this guy makes you smile all season long. Take care, and I hope to see you again soon. Okay, bye-bye.